Welcome to The Advisory, the first and last advice show on the internet where we answer questions to learn a little bit more about what it means to be human. All advice is final and legally binding. On this week's episode of The Advisory, James, we have the hot button issue of the year, of the century, perhaps. The question people have been asking all year. To Swiftie or not to Swiftie, James? That's what the people are asking.
Oh.
We're going to talk about Taylor Swift tickets and bachelorette parties. We're going to talk about whether or not you should respond to a DM from a famous person. And CRV, whatever it is that you've is it the TV? We're talking about the TV?
Absolutely not. We're talking about cute, raspy voice.
Oh, hell yeah. All that and more on this week's episode of The Advisory. James, can I please see the legal disclaimer?
Absolutely, you can. And before we jump into the legal disclaimer, I would just like to thank our sponsor this week, Weird But Wonderful. Thank you so much. A new episode of the podcast available wherever you get your podcasts.
Oh my God, it's such a great episode of Weird But you can listen, you can hear about, oh my God, so many things. Eating a whole crab for some reason. You can hear about, oh my God, what's going on with people throwing cooked chooks at each other. I'm trying to sizzle.
Dude. Wow.
I'm trying to sizzle.
Wow.
I'm trying to sizzle, James. It's a very good episode. Find Weird But Wonderful on your podcast catcher of choice. It's great. We love it. It's fun. It's James. James, how do you pitch the show? What's the elevator pitch that you have for Weird But Wonderful?
It is the go-to place of people behaving badly. It is a deep dive into the minds of strange people doing strange things.
Goosebumps hearing you say that live. That was ooh.
Jesus Christ. All right, we're gonna go to the disclaimer now.
The following show features goofs performed either by professionals or under the supervision of professionals. Accordingly, Black Swan Society and the idiots in front of you must insist that no one attempt to actually follow any advice spewed into the world on this show.
Thanks,
so much.
Digital Dana.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. As always, chef's kiss on the old legal disclaim there. James, I wanted to start this episode controversially by potentially doing some advice. I know that for our show, not really the done thing. Wanted to take your temperature on that. Should we do some advice? Should we talk about CRV? I don't want to you know what I'm saying? I don't want to step in your toes and do the advice thing because I know that that's a controversial.
No, I think jumping into getting straight into the meat of the show, straight into the content is very much what we do over at Weird But Wonderful.
Oh my God,
but is also something that we should do here on the Advisory. Yeah, I think let's do on this occasional advice show. Let's do some advice.
Just a second. This isn't in a reaction to what you just did. This is just I was gonna do this anyway, but
cracking a can or
just lubricating a bit to deal with what just happened. This one comes from and I did double check my original Reddit source. This comes from aggressive-tip-1632. Not aggressive tip, aggressive. The username starts with the 2 G's. Can't tell if that's a typo or by design.
I do know that sort of the feeling that I get from the name is one that isn't great. You know, I get a lot of weird energy sort of resonating off of the name aggressive tip.
What do you think about 1632? What does that put you in mind of? The little tag at the end there.
My assumption whenever I see a number at the end of a name is that there were, in this particular case, 1,631 other aggressive tips. And he just sort of kept going through. He's like, aggressive tip 1. No, aggressive tip 2. No, aggressive tip 3. And then got all the way out. He's like, aggressive tip 1,632. Green tick, perfect. Got the name on
sort of the modern equivalent of XX _ aggressive tip _ XXX.
Well, no, because XX would sort of give you you know, that's some real like Halo 3 energy. So you're probably thinking it's really a sign of someone's going to be a very good player of the game or a really dog shit player of the game. So it's really XX is it's a grab bag, really.
It's a real crapshoot, and so is 1632. This question comes from Reddit. James, a popular creator I like just DM'd me, and I don't know how to respond. Now, I think as two popular creators, we are perfectly placed to provide this advice.
Who is?
Us? Your boys. Your boys.
Popular in what sense?
Us? Just around the old internet water cooler. Just around the old advice office.
Wow.
You know? We're popular at work. Like, the lawyers know who we are. The accountant knows who we are because they keep asking me to stop submitting receipts for reimbursement. You know, we're known people at the advisory.
I've heard about your receipts. I don't want to. I'm not going to blast you on the internet. I'm not going to say anything about the things that you've been trying to put on the company card.
Tread lightly. Tread lightly.
Or I'm just like fucking. Speaking of hanging around by the water cooler, Tim from accounts the other day was like, I got this like weird invoice on my desk for like a bespoke handcrafted leather collar. Why would that be being charged to that? And I just said, don't worry about it.
Tim's a fucking idiot. Okay. The context there was really important. Okay. One of our clients, vis-a-vis the people asking advice, that was what they came in for. And I was just doing my bit.
Artisanally made, like leather, human-sized but dog-oriented goods. Weird. Okay.
Well, when you say it like that, it sounds ridiculous.
Yeah. Strange one. Yeah, but hey, what does Aggressive Tip need help with? What's he doing?
So for their sake in mind, I'm not going to bring up any names, but I recently left a comment on a post made by one of my favorite content creators / animators. They liked that comment and replied back a day later, and they've messaged me asking how the post made me feel. I've seen this kind of thing way too many times not to be cautious, but this person has been one of my biggest inspirations for my art. I lost my place for my art and storytelling so much so it dates back to my time at school. But just as well, I don't want to escalate the situation or put them in any danger. I in no way want to respond in a suggestive way or get into any of that mess. I genuinely just want to tell them how big of a fan I am in a friendly content creator and viewer kind of way. Yeah. Having that dynamic broken is freaking me out, but also freaking me out a lot. But I also don't want to miss this opportunity to show them my thanks. I ask if you don't pry as to who it is. That's not going to help. Thanks.
Okay. So one thing I need clarity around is they messaged me a day later they messaged me asking how the post made them feel. Do they mean the original post that they commented on or them replying to their comment?
The original comment, yeah.
The original comment or the original post?
What's the difference?
Well, one would be a piece of content that gets put out onto the internet, and then you would be they said, hey, how did my piece of content make you feel? Or do they mean, hey, how did me replying to you make you feel?
I think this question is, how did the original piece of content make you feel?
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a weird thing? Is that a weird thing to ask? I mean, it depends on what the thing is.
I don't know. I think it comes down to like, it's not a weird
Dear
thing.
Dear Shane, the latest episode of Weird But Wonderful that I put out. How did that make you feel? How did that make you feel?
God, he's done it again, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness gracious me.
When the guy went toe to toe with that crab, how did that make you feel? In that instance, that'd be weird.
Let's assume that it's more like let's say that you just do like a fun Instagram post. For example, it's a fun image of me and my dog. I'm a content creator.
Oh, that's super weird, dude. That's fucking weird as shit.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
How did that picture of me and my dog make you feel?
How did it make you feel?
That picture I put up the other day when I Uber Eats the Subway sandwich and they accidentally gave me 2 cookies instead of 1. How did that post make you feel? Made me feel hungry, dude. Leave me alone.
Let me ask you, when I Uber Eats the Euros Greek wrap and I ate that on stream and posted that highlight, how did that make you feel?
Good stuff. Hungry,
Yeah.
definitely hungry, 100%.
Hungry. Eurus, incredible.
Probably got like that
did-
Maryland chicken type. And yeah, that would be. I'd be hungry.
Oh,
I'd be hungry
okay,
off the back of
okay,
that one. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I had the feta fries the other week because you got that one time when we were hanging out.
The feta fries,
my
fuck.
God, the feta fries are legit.
Yeah,
dog.
dude.
Bruh. To my point though here, the point I made the point I was trying to illustrate here is like I think it super depends on the nature of the post originally as to the energy of this exchange, right?
Right.
Like if it's someone being like, hey, here's a piece of art I just made, and someone's like, hey, how did that make you feel, man? I saw you liked it, like
or an announcement for something,
Right.
Yeah.
I'm about to drop my new mixtape next week. It's called DMAC on Top again.
It's called DMAC Spits 2023.
It's called Bars a la DMAC.
Right.
And then the cover it's a dinner plate, and then there's a few iron bars on it, which have got some dressing on top of it.
It was so fresh 2023 DMAC edition, and that's where David goes through and he picks out a bunch of his favorite late 90s, early 2000s pop hits. And he makes rap versions of them. It's very good. It's very good stuff. And how did that make me feel? Uncomfortable. Uncomfortable.
Not great. I was at my mum's place the other night, and she still has all the CDs in a big old CD shelf. And I drew out of the CD shelf as I was leaving to put in my vehicle the So Fresh Hits of Summer 2006 CD.
Oh, nice. Yep.
And I drove home, and let me tell you, we're talking Nickelback, we're talking The Killers. We're talking Australian Idol winners. We're talking Backstreet Boys.
We're talking
Spider-Bait.
We're talking.
Oh my God, what a absolute classic. Will Smith was in there somehow.
Wow, this is what? Actually, I was gonna say a pretty good album, a pretty shit album actually. You got Black Eyed Peas in here. You got fucking Kelly Clarkson.
It's like the bad era of Black Eyed Peas. Like it's after they were good and before they got good again. So like, not saying specifically Nelly's fault, but like I'm just saying the bits before she joined and then the bits after they're good again is what I'm saying. Now they don't make pop music and they just do rap. I guess my point here is the cadence and the energy of the original post, I think, really informs this. They say art and storytelling, so I assume it's like an actor or a writer or like something, right? Like,
right.
I feel like if I posted something and you DM'd me and you were like, if I posted something and you liked it and then I DM'd you and I was like, James, how did that make you feel? I think you might block me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. Look. We've been seeing a lot lately about creators overstepping the boundary, I guess, with their audience. And it and in a lot of cases it being like YouTuber style creators or even the Rick and Morty fucking dude or whatever the fuck. And it's just like it's a weird energy. I would just hard avoid. I get, because it's difficult where you're like, hey, I really enjoy this stuff, and I want to be like, hey, dude, just want to let you know, love your shit.
Yeah.
Or
it's tricky, isn't it?
But I would just hard avoid this. You gotta steer left on this one. Also because they say, hey, never meet your idols or whatever. I can't help but feel like they may, and I don't want to, this is such a cynical way to approach this, but they might.
Who's they?
What do you mean? Anyone, people.
It's a common saying is what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're saying people say that. They say.
Yeah. Them.
Them.
Yes.
Them.
The collective they.
The left to deep state.
Never meet your idols. They say that.
Never meet your heroes.
Yeah.
Why do they say that?
Because it's probably going to disappoint you. They're never going to live up to the version that you have of them in your head. You already probably don't think of them as a complex, individual and an actual human being. So it's just going to be weird. It's going to be weird all around, and that sucks. But like, you know, thus is the nature of it, I guess. I don't fucking know.
It is what it like. This is the thing I think is really I don't think about this a lot lately, which is like a lot of people will go, oh yeah, well that's just like a parasocial relationship, but they'll say it like it's a negative or like derogatory. Like we have parasocial relationships with all kinds of people in our lives that aren't creators and like internet people. It's just specifically in that scenario, it tends to be that people are more vulnerable to being exploited.
Right.
Just by the nature of how that stuff works, and like it's not like old media where the proximity to the fame and the whatever is like it's harder to get in the door, whereas now like anyone who's famous can DM you anytime.
Yeah.
And so because the access is so ungated, I think people paint that kind of parasocial relationship as inherently negative because of its potential consequences, but also it's a perfectly reasonable way of engaging with people. People have all kinds of parasocial relationships with like, you know, my multinational company's CEO who I've never met, but is like a figure in my life that I have a relationship with. You know, like the person you're presumably going to eventually replace me with on this podcast, you know, I conceptually understand who they are, but I've never met them.
Sorry, do you have a parasocial relationship with your boss, dude?
Me? No, it was a fictitious example.
That's sort of what you're doing?
It was a fictitious example.
Do you reckon that's people at like Apple and stuff, and they're like
100%?
And then when they
100%.
see Tim walk past,
they're not bumping into Tim in the hall.
Tim! Oh my god, such a visionary.
They go, Tim, I saw your Twitter post last week about your dogs. I hope they're doing well. You know, it's that kind of like,
yeah. It's
the way people interact with celebrities type of shit.
Yeah. Yeah. You know? Well, then I want to change my answer then. I would say,
okay.
Because I think that social media, while it's a poison, can also be very good because it can bring people together. You can forge relationships with people that you otherwise wouldn't. You know, you can form a sense of community outside of your immediate sort of, you know, surrounding location. You can, if you're an artist, you can find collaborators. Maybe you live in a space where you don't really have access to other creators, or maybe you know that scene sort of just doesn't exist where you do, or maybe you fucking you know are terrified of interacting with people in the real world.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
That's
that
one. Yeah. I don't want to talk to them.
Right.
IRL.
Yeah.
Because it's scary. What if I inconvenience them?
Of course.
And they don't like me.
Yeah.
And then what do I do? And then I can't escape because I'm having a conversation with them, and it's like
or
it's a conversation.
Dude, way worse, right? What if I say something, right? And I'm like, oh, the vodka Red Bulls here are really good, and then they go, what? And you go, sorry, I said the vodka Red Bulls are really.
Yeah.
Fuck. Good. Don't worry about it.
Shit. Did that sound juvenile? I mean, I like it when
what's that? Whiskey. Sorry, I've got to go. And then I fucking tanked that relationship with that person.
Boom.
We could have been best buds, but I fucked it up.
And that was James when he met Hamish Blake. Boom. Career ruined. Could have been a famous comedian. Blew it. That was a real thing that happened.
No, dude. He was on. You know what I mean?
Was he slashed? Like, yeah.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't drunk because we were like pretty early on.
Performing.
Oh, absolutely. He was. He wasn't. I mean, of course, and because the whole thing was being filmed, it was content for their fucking Rove segment or whatever the fuck. So they were on. Yeah. They were performing the whole time. Clearly.
This makes me think of like so. There was a brief period which I won't belay the details because there's something in the works at the moment, but. There are some artists, pretty famous hip hop Australian rappers, artists who I've, you know, made stuff about and who reached out like, hey, we'd love to make something together. And I remember the weirdest thing ever was it was at the zoo, like the event. No, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was Woolly Mammoth actually.
Rappers, yeah,
Woolly Mammoth. And
it's Iggy Azalea.
It's Iggy Azalea, yeah. They finished their set at like 11, and then. They specifically had texted me and been like, "Hey, hang around, and we'll chat."
famous.
We'll chat at the end. Don't try
Australian
and you're undercutting
teen
the whole
rappers.
thing I'm saying. You're undercutting the point of what I'm saying,
Okay.
James.
360?
Yes, it was 360. You've done it.
Fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
It was 360 in a years earlier. I crushed that.
Yeah, exactly. Together in one concert.
Yeah.
But it was a really weird experience because we watched like a line of like 20 fans go up and they got their like record signed or their t-shirt signed or their hats, you know, what like all the merch and stuff. And it was like this friendly, like, and it was like hug and take a selfie or whatever. And then we rocked up. It was me and my friend Ruby, the co-host of the Art for Artists podcast. Or we don't really have a name for that, but like
but we only mention on this, we only promote on this show content that still exists, okay? And not things that are dead.
Find those episodes.
I'm gonna say, like, if you're gonna waste your breath sort of like plugging something, I would sort of like, you know, go with something that's still, you know, a thing here. But yeah, people showed up and they had records. Yep.
I'm sorry, for audio listeners, what thing could they go and consume that you just were talking about?
So many things. I'm listening to the Rick Rubin book at the moment. You could probably
no, the thing you were just talking about.
Listen to that
you want people to go maybe find.
A year's earlier
on the screen. Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, that's fine. Listen, all I'm saying is it was the weirdest experience where we watched like 20 people go and it was all this like, you know, it was a performance sounds disingenuous, but they were like being the personality
of course
of thing. And then the second we rocked up and he was like, "Hey Dave, man," and then it was like they immediately switched into like talking to like a fellow artist tradesperson type of vibe. Like it was instant, where it was like suddenly it went from like, "Oh hey," like, you know, and then it was like, "Yo man, like I love your shit, like let's talk shop, like let's fucking go." And it was such an interesting.
And he said, D-Mac, bust a fresh rhyme right now.
Drop some bars, bro. And then I did, and they asked me to leave.
Yeah, and they went, "Ooh."
It was not a great moment in my
they
life.
said that's actually better than us.
That's
and
better
we
than
can't
what
have
we can
that.
do.
Yeah.
Could you ghostwrite for us maybe, but never tell anyone? And that's how I came to write all of the Hilltop Hoods songs.
I knew it. I secretly knew that the whole time.
Isn't it weird? Isn't the universe so strange, James?
Right. So you like, it's weird interacting with them and them being like a regular person, but then there's also
the weird thing was seeing the difference between having the genuine interaction and then the thing they have to do for a job. Like it was kind of the artist equivalent, which I've done before. It's the artist equivalent of pretending to be happy at like a service job. You know, Bo Burnham was always like, you know, I'm just a fucking service worker. I'm overpaid for it though. Where it's like, it's a performance that makes people feel like you're in a good mood and you want to chat to them, but secretly you're like, I'm getting paid $10 an hour to fucking serve you fries, cunt. Like,
right? Okay, yeah.
Same kind of thing. It was really interesting.
I saved a service worker today, by the way.
What happened?
I saved one. Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, what do you mean you saved one?
Well, I had to. I got an Amazon package, and it turns out that the thing that was in the package was absolutely nothing like the picture. So I was like, well, I'm definitely going to return this. And then you can just take it to like a parcel point drop off. And there's one just down the end of my street, a Kenned's, they're like a storage place. So I go in there, and as I'm going up the ramp thing, I turn around to come in. Kenned's is real weird because like the bit that you have to go to is just a glass box that's attached
like
to the rest of this, like,
it's in the huge car park bay, and it's a glass box that is like surrounded by corridors of corrugated steel that lead to like, you know, storage containers. It's weird.
So I round the corner, and just in there is this old guy, fucking footy shorts on, the most crimson tan you've ever seen in your life.
My boy's leather.
Fully shirtless, white hair.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just like fully into the conversation of whatever the fuck he is waffling on about. And the guy working at Kenned's it's super obvious that he's like trying to get out of the conversation. He's trying to finish it.
He's trying to find the off ramp, and this guy isn't giving him any. Yeah,
absolutely. No, the guy is just like in it, like basically talking at him. So I come in, and I thought like, bit weird, whatever, you know, guy's just rocking around, barely clothed in a Kenned's, cool, do your thing. So I come up behind him, like stand in the queue, and I just pull up my phone because I gotta look for like the fucking barcode thing that I gotta show the guy, and he's like desperately like waving me to be like, oh, like this is a good reason for me to fuck this guy off.
He's a customer.
Yeah.
Instead of you fucking Joe Blogs just trying to chat shit.
Right. Yeah. So he's like, and then I go up and everything, and the guy, and because the other guy turns around, sees me there, he's like, we'll chat about it later. We'll chat about it later. And then so he walks off, and the guy, once the dude walks out and around the corner, the guy quietly says to me, he goes, "Thank you so much." He goes, "Thank you for coming in." And I was like, weird. I said to him, I was like, "Weird morning you're fucking having, dude." And he's like, "Oh my God." He's like, "The guy just won't stop talking." And he's like, and his wife is like upstairs. He's just left her. She's like moving all the boxes and stuff.
What?
And I was like,
just bang off for a chat.
He's just down there for having a fucking chinwag. So,
bro,
yeah,
that's
I feel so bad for like people who get into situations like that, and it must be even worse if someone's like hitting on you in a service environment, which I can't believe that anyone does. That is like, it's like, dude, this person, you've trapped them. Enough. This is entrapment because they can't leave. They have to be polite to you because that's like part of their job. Like, don't do this. Don't do that. Oh, it's heinous.
It's what they're paid for. Yeah, it's the bedrock of society is built on service workers, and so many people treat them like garbage.
It's wild.
And it is like a litmus test of like, are you an entitled fuck? Oh, you're not? Cool. Like, it is the baseline humanity test. It's like, do you treat service workers like people?
Yeah.
Or like tools for your experience?
And it's like, yeah, that's fucked when people, when they're interacting with just anyone. They could be in a restaurant, you know, fucking hotel, whatever the fuck, anyone at a counter, anywhere, and they just glaze back into like, this is not a human being that I'm interacting with. This is just a human representation of the organization. They totally dehumanize them and just like, it's 100%. It's fucked. Just it's a person. Just treat them like it's a person.
It doesn't seem that fucking complicated. Did you see the shit this week about like this like murder in the UK or this disappearance in the UK, and people were using it as like TikTok content and shit? Did you see this?
I vaguely saw. I saw like briefly something about this. Yeah.
Yeah. For the person who doesn't live on the toxic, always online kind of fucking space. I don't know about this because of Philly D. Philly D talks about it. That's my only tap into the online news spectrum. Basically, like, this woman went missing, and a bunch of TikTok people who think they're detectives,
right,
like, swarmed the town, and they were like, you know, going to the crime scene and taking videos. They were like breaking into houses to try and find evidence.
Yeah, I heard they were like they were in people's like backyards and stuff, like filming through windows and shit,
and admitting,
like real weird,
fucking making the evidence for the arrest on tape.
Wild.
Motherfuckers are dobbing on themselves, right?
Yeah.
And the police department was like, "Hey, could you fucking not? Maybe."
Yeah.
And the way that Philly D talked about it, he was like, you know, he went through the whole story, and he was like, they are literally, and this is something I've been saying for like 5 years, and if you follow any of my shit, you know what I'm about to say. But it's like, reality, like the real world, is now virtual reality for social media. It is an environment by which you can mine content. It is not a space where you experience things.
The world is a stage, and they've taken that literally.
This is why metaverse is never going to take off. I genuinely believe this, because people don't need VR. They treat reality like it's VR.
Right.
It's a fucking
game. Also,
where
Zucks can't do legs. But that's a whole other thing.
He can't do legs. Give me some fucking pants, bro.
Yeah, dude. He can't do legs.
But like legitimately, like people fucking treat reality like it's a fucking lens for this other thing. Instead of it's we've gone it's fucking horseshoe shit. We've gone so far that people and it genuinely it's really concerning to me at like a societal level that hundreds of people, like not just famous people being like, I can exploit this, but like regular people thinking, oh, I could get 1 million views if I stream such and such, completely forgot that a woman is missing who has a family that is, I can't imagine, and she was missing for like 7 days or something. I can't imagine a family member being missing for a day, but a week, like 7 days. The what that must do to you emotionally, mentally, existentially. And these fuckers are like, oh, I'm in this guy's backyard, blah, blah, blah. It's like, what, do you fucking lose your soul? It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me, dude.
Do you feel better that there are more eyes and ears on the case? Or do you feel worse because it's becoming some kind of media frenzy? Or do you feel worse because, and I guess this could just be lumped in with any of them, there's more people out there who are potentially going to guff it up?
My general take on this stuff is I think attention is not inherently a negative thing, but also I don't ask the 200 passengers on a plane how to pilot the plane because a pilot's paid to do that. And so I think that like procedurally there are times when it makes sense. Collective action makes sense in certain contexts, right? We know that collective action, at least in a political context, is a really good way to drive and motivate legislative change, right? History demonstrates that. When it comes to things like solving problems like this, of like, say, like a particular crime, like a specific crime, I don't know of any evidence that suggests that collective action is particularly useful or that attention makes it better. It seems to me, and this is an area I'm not an expert in, it seems to me obvious that the less attention it has, the better chance the people doing the thing have at working out what the fuck happened. Because, you know, it has this bullshit of people being like, oh, actually, it's the cousin, or actually, and then it's scuffing up the crime scene and shit. Like, I think it's purely contextual as to whether that's sort of like a broadly applicable net benefit or net negative. I think in this case, regardless of solving the crime, if you think about the people involved, right? Just the if we go like pure utilitarian ethics, their life is immeasurably worse for this happening to them forever. If someone I cared about, if for example James disappeared and no one knew where he went, and I was the last person with him, for example, and millions of people on TikTok were coming to your flat, coming to my flat, getting in the backyards of my neighbors.
Well, sorry, but if they're going to your flat, then I would say that they're getting warmer. That's all I'm going to say.
That was a pure example, as if purely fictitious. Example. I was just kind of riffing.
Definitely. Yeah. And all I'm going to say off the back of that is that if I go missing, even if you're not the last person that saw me, they need to get onto you first and rule you out. And all I'm going to say is run a swab on that fucking 300 machete that he's got. Did James's DNA come back on it? And I would like to say now, for the record, I've never touched it. I've never seen it in real life. If my DNA is on it, it's not a good sign. It's not a good sign.
Just for the audio listener, the lawyers look a little perplexed at this claim. One of them shaking his head.
They don't look perplexed. They're nodding in agreement.
They're shaking their head. Boy, they look really pissed. They look really pissed off with what you just done said there.
Wow.
It sounds like you're lying to cover up having touched the machete before.
All of this is to say that if you're messaging someone, because like, fuck it, you know, if someone famous or whatever reaches out to you, I get like, that's kind of cool. Like, talk to them. And do you give them the benefit of the doubt of being like, hey, this is just two human beings interacting? And then if it takes a weird pivot, now you go, all right, I'm out.
You go, I'm out.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is like, you're in control of the boundaries there, right?
Yeah.
Just because they're famous doesn't mean they're not a fucking person. You're in control of the boundaries.
Yeah. But then again, it's weird because you know, they can be like, I mean, I guess everyone's like impressionable to some degree, but particularly younger people, you know, because it's a famous person. It's a whole big thing.
But that's part of that's at a certain point. That's why you have education and parents. Like there's a certain part of this where it's like you get into a larger societal issue of like who should own the responsibility of inoculating you from being taken advantage of by the charlatans of the world, right? There's this increasing thing I've seen with parents I know who are like parenting like, you know, younger kids, where it's like a lot of other parents will just kind of abdicate any responsibility at all for their kids' fucking worldview to the school and be like, well, you should have taught my kid not to get groomed. And it's like, what are you fucking talking? You're a parent. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You know? And so it's like, I think it's one of these questions that like really fucking sprawls out to a larger question. I mean, the truth is like, be smart, set your boundaries, and don't fucking let those boundaries slip. It doesn't matter if fucking Robbie Williams messages you and he's a bit flirty.
Definitely.
You know, set your boundaries.
And a very sort of like modern,
relatable
contemporary sort of, yeah, exactly.
I was gonna say Pete Davidson, but I feel like it'd be impossible to keep boundaries with that man. So
you want to plow Pete Davidson? Is
apparently all the women do? It's a thing that I learned recently.
Well, I don't care. I don't care what they think. I'm sort of asking. Yeah. You find him a bit sexy, or
he's a bad boy, James, isn't he? He's a bit of a bad boy.
And you do love those bad boys. I will say,
I love a bad boy.
Look, before we move on, I was gonna say like never meet your idols or whatever because they can't live up to you. I don't know if I agree with that or not. You know what I mean? It's not really, because like there are gonna be instances where you're like, oh, I love this person, then you meet them in real life and you're like, what a fucking dick. And now it's like, am I gonna lose you know, the thing that I have with their work, and now am I going to associate it with this person being a dick now, or whatever the fuck? So I don't know. But what I am saying is that it's probably very much like if you're, you know, you're deep on book talk and you're big into reading, and maybe you read an indie author's book, potentially about Sky Pirates or something, and later you find out their disgusting stance being anti-Subway and being like very vehement about their anti-Subwayness. And then it's like, and it's because it's difficult because you love Subway, but you also love their work. But now like trying to like think of a world where these two things don't mesh, you know, I can understand it can be quite, you know, confronting and sort of change how you picture the artist and relate to their work and things like that. So I don't know where I stand on the whole meeting your idols thing is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think it comes down to like, my issue there is idols, right? This idea of like
great band.
Maybe it's because of the
great idols, great band.
Yeah.
Joe Talbot. Oh, you want to talk about a dreamboat? Bloody Joe Talbot, mate.
Sign me up for that voyage. Is that good? You
said
dreamboat?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, is that something? Yeah. You said dreamboat. I said sign me up for that voyage. My issue is like idols. Like, I don't know. I guess the longer I've been making stuff, the more I view people making stuff as people. And so I have a real difficulty now relating to people that view idols like that, like, or that have the concept of idols. Someone the other day was like, are you a fan of XYZ? And I was like, I don't think I'm a fan of anything. Like I don't really operate that way.
You're not a fan of anything?
Well, yeah, like that's, you know, I like certain things for certain reasons, but I don't really like, I wouldn't really consider myself a fan of something necessarily. Cause whenever I consume something, I'm always like sort of dissecting it or like appreciating what it does well and what it doesn't do. Like there's nothing that I come to without kind of the tool set that I wield to everything.
Well, you know.
Except for
Well, you've got a lot of
except for
you've got a lot of Taylor Swift things on your walls in your home.
yeah,
So
maybe the exception is like maybe
yeah.
but maybe the exception is Taylor Swift, but like I think absent
And you're
absent
always
that specific.
harping on about Stefano King and his bloody books. You know what I mean?
I talk about Stephen King so infrequently. I like that you've glommed onto this. Just because we talked about it recently doesn't mean I talk about it.
Dark Tower or whatever the fuck. You're always
Gotta read them.
chuffing on about that one, you know.
Read it. Yeah.
And it's like I don't want to hear about this man who can't write the ending to any story ever. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
But,
oh my god. Here we fucking go. Talk your shit, James.
Anyway,
Talk
I
your
agree.
shit.
I agree with you. Idols is a great band. David, I want to talk to you about.
That's your takeaway?
I want to talk to you about cute raspy voice. Okay, this is something
What is this?
Well, it's a recent discovery for me. I
Cute raspy voice.
Found out about it on TikTok, as you know.
TikToker?
I find out about most things nowadays.
Does that concern you?
No, I feel like well, I don't know. I feel like it's a great way to put your finger on the pulse. You know what I mean? You're aware of what's happening to a certain degree.
On the old buzzer right there.
Yeah.
Just
I'm aware of what's happening within the world in which the algorithm informs me. And that's about it.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah.
That can't have any potential long-term negative consequences
definitely
at all.
Nah.
So what's the algo telling you today?
So I discovered this thing where people okay, I specifically discovered it in a video where a girl was screaming into a pillow. Okay. And she was doing it because she was going to an event and she wanted to have a cute, like raspy sounding voice. Okay. All right, he's gone. He's taken off on that one. He doesn't look. TikTok helps you put your finger on the pulse.
What are you talking about?
I'm putting my finger on David's pulse right now, and I'm getting the read that maybe he doesn't like it that much. The cute raspy voice thing.
Sorry, I'm just gonna need a sec.
Okay. Yeah. He's good. He's decompressing. It's fine. Just give him a minute, you know.
So just to sort of fully understand,
yeah.
She's going to what? She's doing what? Going to a concert? Going to a gig?
She's going to like an event, and she wants to, while she's there, she wants to have a cute, raspy sounding voice.
So, yeah, my issue is all of that. I think I think I have an issue with all of it.
The good news is that I saw her doing it, and I was like, "This is wild." And then I opened up that comment section, and it was just a sea of people saying, "I thought I was the only one that did this."
What does? Sorry.
I don't have a single unique experience. You know what I mean? Like other people suggesting their techniques, so intentionally singing too high for their range, to like hurt their vocal cords, I guess.
Oh my god! Before we go any further, I don't. I have conceptually, I have an issue here.
Right.
What does a cute, raspy voice mean? Is that like a feminine voice that's like slightly masculine and raspy? Is that like what we're like the like kind of like that's like a sexy thing, or that's like what's the? I don't understand the context of this being beneficial. Is where I'm kind of struggling.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like I'm struggling with the context of why this would be beneficial.
According to thehealthyjournal.com.
Oh, good.
Which I've just Googled this. It says, is a raspy voice attractive? And it says, husky voices signal sexual interest and can help women stand out from the crowd. Perhaps less surprising, the study found that men also drop their pitch when they meet women they are attracted to. Right. Okay. Well, that's a good thing to look out for. You know, if you're approaching like a group of guys and then one of them's like, "Oh my God, I couldn't believe the other day that Darren said that I had the best free throw that he's ever seen in the pickup games that I do every Wednesday."
Weird flex.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that I do this. It's a good thing to look out for, you know?
I don't know that I do this. I'm trying to think because I've been James. I'll be
I bet
honest.
you
I've
do.
been getting back into the dating apps. Okay?
Oh,
That the horrific experience I had last time is finally worn off. For those who don't recall, I had a pretty full-on experience with someone who wanted to stick their tongue down my throat, and I was not super into it.
right.
And then sort of gaslit me afterwards and was like, "That's not fair." Anyway, I went to therapy a few times, and my therapist was like, "Hey, maybe like move on." So that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
And now that you've said that, I probably 100% do. Like, frankly, I probably do
Mm.
that without even like. It's probably subconscious. Like, if I'm trying to put the moves on, you want that, that smoothness, you want that niceness.
Yeah,
I try to
definitely.
bet he'd be like, "Hey, baby, like I don't know, man. It's like it's you're sexy and I'm sexy, and it's like let's just like get together. Like I don't know, like I'm not
Right.
doing my like
Definitely. And what's the sexy, like, appealing version of that?
oh, the sexy appealing
Yeah,
version.
yeah, yeah.
James, baby, let's get together. Let's have a drink. Let's work this out. You and
Right.
me,
So it's not just a tonal shift. It's an energy shift as well.
Well, I think they come hand in hand because I
Right.
can't be like, yeah, I don't know about that, and then be like, fuck, can I even do this? With my
Keep
brain and
that
my
keep that
body?
energy, but like do the lower register.
I don't know if I can. Let me try it. Yeah, I don't know about that, James. It just kind of seems like you're trying to say something like crazy. Yeah, I don't know about that, James. It's just like, you see, I can't do it. You can't do it.
Oh, there's something there, maybe.
Hey, James, I don't know about that. I just feel like you're coming at me with this fucking energy, and it's like, what are you fucking doing to me right now? It's
That's
like
my
crazy
fault.
right now, bro.
That's my fault for asking you to
that's
push
really
that
on
one.
you.
Yeah, that's my fault.
It feels forced when I do it like that, whereas when it comes into the high range, it feels natural.
Right. So intentionally forcing a deeper, more husky voice to try and make yourself appear more sexy. You're saying that intentionally forcing that, which is something that people do, doesn't feel natural.
It didn't feel natural to me.
Okay.
But that's just me.
Okay. I feel like it would be
usually
strange if it did feel natural to someone, if they just sort of naturally kicked into. Yeah, true. Probably.
Usually my body does all of the work, and so I don't have to say anything.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Let me see that.
Yeah.
No, let me see that. How does the body do the work?
Well, I just go, have you
we're at a bar. We're at a bar. We're at a bar.
Beach ball? Have you seen my beach ball?
Yeah, we're at a bar.
I think it went
we're at a bar, right?
way.
We're queuing up for drinks.
Oh, no.
You're behind me. I'm the woman, okay? And yeah, just a vodka Red Bull, please. Yeah, no, I've heard they're really good.
A vodka red
fucking
Bull.
Will you shut up back there, dude? I'm like talking to my friend up here. What the fuck? Anyway,
I'll shut up if you make me.
I'm sorry, was that a threat? Was that a threat?
Not a threat.
Did this guy just threaten me?
Have you seen my guns?
Well, and just for me to step out of it for a second, that's the body doing the work there. Because just stepping out of it. Yeah, no. Just to explain to you what I was doing there was I was going to be ordering a drink. I was going to receive my drink, and then I was going to turn around and bump into you, and then we were going to begin the conversation.
Well, but instead of context,
I was ordering a drink. I was ordering a drink at the bar. I said, we're queued up at the bar. You're behind me. I'm ordering a drink, okay? And what you did was you decided to talk to the back of a stranger's head is the approach that you went with.
Because I don't, when I'm outside of my flat, talk
Hey,
to
lady,
anyone.
turn around. Turn around. The body can't do the walking unless you see it. It's like, dude, that's weird, okay?
I've never.
Yeah.
Unless it's someone unless they're in the space of people I'm talking to, like, it's a friend of a friend or whatever. I've simply never hit on someone at a bar ever, or it's just not my brain doesn't work that way.
Okay.
I'm so afraid of inconveniencing someone or upsetting them that my brain is like, couldn't do that.
Right. Okay.
So you've asked me to do an impossible improv here.
Okay. Well, maybe, because I mean, quite obviously, just by seeing it, the body is well tuned to draw in the ladies. You said your body does the the talking and the walking, that's great. Maybe if you try to employ the cute raspy voice, you know,
I don't know what that means.
the CRV. Well, other ways that people,
Yeah, go on.
so the comment section had people saying that they love it when they get sick because it gives them the cute raspy voice. Some people said that they will, towards the tail end of them getting sick, do the screaming into the pillow to elongate the time in which they have the cute raspy voice. So
James, do we have the technology for you to play what this sounds like for the audience, or does it have to go in the edit? Because I've just listened myself to a TikTok
okay.
doing this. I feel like it's difficult to explain. It just sounds like someone who was at a concert last night screaming their lungs out is what it sounds like to me.
Well, I guess
I don't really understand that.
I guess this is like there's a website called Crumple Pop, and they have 7 methods to make your voice raspy.
Let's go. 7 methods. I want to hear them all. Let's go. Number 1.
Okay, well, number 1, straining your voice. Speaking at a high volume for several hours can cause you to have a raspy voice. Then you can decide what method to use to achieve your goal, whether by singing along to a song with many high notes or cheering on your favorite sports team.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun. Go the Dodgers or whatever.
Go Cougs, you know.
Go the Brisbane football guys.
If you're a WSU type of guy, go Cougs. You know what I mean?
What's WSU?
Washington State University.
West Soggy University.
Very close. Very close.
Yeah. What's number 2?
Sorry, I just want to make it very clear that I'm not out here watching American football. I just have a friend that attends WSU.
Okay. Felt like you dobbed on yourself.
And quite often, as like a goof, I'll say, "Go Cougs," right, Colin? And then that's sort of my thing with him. But anyway,
Colin says, "Shut the fuck up." You know what I'm talking about.
Right. Number 2 is eating spicy food.
Actually,
pretty straightforward.
This is because, and I have a. Can I bring some science into this for a sec? Is that cool? I know you hate science and you love Jesus, but like, can we just for a second?
Just saying that if it's fun science, if it's Bill Nye the Science Man.
Oh yeah, it kind of is. Yeah, it kind of is.
Okay, well then, yeah.
So like chili, humans a long time ago, because chili used to be. Oh, James, please, I'll make it quick. Let me just stay with me, please. So chili, it used to be way stronger when we were like apes and shit, and has diluted over time. But what hasn't diluted is we have the super allergic reaction where the second it hit your esophagus, your body would try and throw up. And so a ton of people, like most people, are like mildly allergic to chili. And so when you eat chili, it makes you like phlegmy and coughy.
Is that the hiccup thing?
Yeah, same thing.
Okay.
Where your body is like, it's still got the things which are like, hey, chili used to be lethal, but now, it's diluted. And so we can eat it and consume it, and it's great stuff. But that's some people get the hiccup, some people get the phlegm. That's science, baby.
Wow, thank you. Actually, yeah, okay, cool.
Fun facts with DMAC. I would like something.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
we can do that. Yeah,
podcast within a podcast type energy.
Oh, new segment maybe.
Number 3, vocal dehydration, drinking alcohol, severely dehydrating the body. That's a strange approach. I guess all of these. Yeah. It's to get the cute raspy voice, the CRV. It's a damaging process, so it does make sense. Number 4, vocal fry. So just
screaming into a pillow.
Pretty much. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The vowel. This is a mild method to sing raspy. To develop a husky voice, you can practice changing the tone and resonance of your speech. For example, create an vowel, directing the sound from your lower register located at the back of your throat above the chest, like an type of thing. Okay.
What's happening?
Yeah.
Is that right?
I'm not a vocal coach, which is step number 6. You should work with a vocal coach. So I don't know.
Ah, ah.
Yeah, all of those sound right. Yeah.
Yeah, is that right? Yeah, I did it.
And number 7, which I think is a bit of a cheat, plugins and software.
Oh, stop
That's
it.
very sort of context
Stop it.
specific than how I would do
I
that.
can't walk around with a vocoder in front of my face when I'm at the bar. I guess I
Yeah.
could, but no one would talk to me. So
So the final thoughts are you have to train your voice to endure the use of pitches and timbers that are not natural to you. That is, of course, if you're going for a more natural, long-term rasp. Okay, maybe we are.
we want to ruin our vocal cords over a period of time.
Yeah.
You didn't realize this was a thing at all, but it's funny that people are so dedicated that they're sort of like, they're kind of, in the same way that, they, I want to, find something to wear, something nice to wear. They're sort of screaming into a pillow in order to prep the old vocal C's,
Yeah, the prepping the voice, like putting on a nice outfit, doing your hair, maybe doing your makeup.
Right.
Maybe it's sort of like it's just an extra layer to.
It's the next thing to work on.
Exactly, and
Chris, yeah,
and it does.
Yeah.
And they do say that fashion is pain, something like that. So it makes sense. Even in this instance, high heels hurt your feet. Maybe
voice is pain.
Maybe you're wearing your Doc Martens, you're going to get them blisters, but you're going to look cool in them Docs. So, that's going to be a whole thing. And wearing your voice in to get that CRV.
Get that vocal fry. Wear that in. Yeah, I love it. That is truly confronting as a concept. I really need to internalize some of that. James, let's do the freaking feature question maybe. After that, just honestly, pretty confronting, confusing part of modern culture, if I'm being fucking candid. Boy. I mean, that's like Instagram filter, but for real life, but for your voice. Like, what are we doing? What are we fucking hey,
but
if you're listening to this,
fun.
your voice is perfect and you don't need to change anything. I think you sound fucking excellent. So
right, but yeah, but some fashion, but fashion can be fun to play with,
right.
And so maybe changing the register of your voice could also be fun to play with if that's what you're into. But how fun, how often do you get to discover something new about people that is, mildly terrifying that they do? They hadn't seen that before. Sure. So
it feels at the moment with the kind of current culture, every 2 weeks is when I find something new that's horrifying. So I'm glad you asked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
And we gotta go with the DIY ways because with inflation and cost of living going up and stuff.
Fucking voice coach. Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
Oh my god. In this economy, James.
YouTube is my voice coach, and the fucking pillow that I scream into
once a night. James, I'm in serious need of help. Okay. One of my friends from college is getting married, and she has planned a very boring but expensive bachelorette party for the next month. This friend lives the closest to me out of all of my college friends. She has lived an hour and a half away from me for 3 years. However, every single time that I try to visit her or have her come visit me, she always has an excuse. I am currently going through a divorce, and she offered to help me repaint my house and repair some holes that my crazy ex-husband put in the walls. When the day comes, she surprisingly backs out. No shocker there. I then start scrambling to try to reach out to my other local friends, but they all already have plans, leaving me to patch holes, scrape wallpaper, and paint all by myself all weekend. I just can't help but wonder, why am I about to spend all of this money on a friend that isn't actually that great of a friend?
Yep.
Also, I've already paid my portion of the Airbnb, so it wouldn't affect anyone else if I bail. So far, so good.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Bad friend. Not cool.
I will say, just to interject, to throw this in the mix, I think that it is perfectly okay to cut someone out of your life who you feel, if you're constantly being the one to reach out, if you're constantly being the one that is sort of dragging this person into the friendship, and it doesn't seem, someone should want to be there as much as you want to be. And if they're not, and in this particular case where they keep making plans with you and then canceling the last minute and then making plans and canceling and making plans and canceling. People like this just like, they don't respect other people. They don't respect their time. And I think it's perfectly okay to cut them out because quite frankly, at the end of the day, while it can suck, you're better off without them. You know, as someone who, you know, pulling back the curtain a little bit, I'm not going to name names, but someone I recently cut someone out of my life who was very similar to this.
It's me. Yeah, it was me. It's me.
And you know, it's you're just better for it because it is. You really don't realize how much of a mental drain and like an emotional drain as well that this can be.
Yeah.
And cutting it out, you or like even putting some distance. Maybe you don't want to like cut them. You're like, do I want to cut this person out? So maybe you just like give some space between you and them for a bit. And then you feel really like lighter and better. And you're like, oh, actually, yeah, this was like a shitty toxic friendship, maybe. You know what I mean? Like
I think friendship is tricky in that regard because we I think in general as a society we have such, or we talk about such high standards for romantic relationships. And I think we forget that like platonic relationships and just other relationships are like as prone to make us feel types of ways and to really impact our mental health.
Yeah.
You know, it can be, you know, friends, it can be acquaintances, it can be parents, it can, you know, I think so often we're so focused as a society for a bunch of reasons to do with like the patriarchy, misogyny and shit about like romantic relationships. So I think often we kind of let a lot of things go to the keeper in friendships that if we were in a relationship with that person, like a romantic one, we would have a fucking bar of it. Like the thing she just described, if your partner was like, yeah, for sure, I'm going to come help paint the walls and shit. If they did that shit to you, it'd be a fucking issue. Yeah. Because as a friend, you know, you let it slide. And I recognize there are different levels of friendship, right? You know, there are friends I have who I see once every, you know, 3 or 4 months where we have a, you know, but it's a, the mediation there is like, they want the same level of contact that I do. You know, it's equal. I'm not constantly being like, hey, fucking talk to me all the time.
Yeah.
Whereas there are other friends like James, who when I text him, he ignores me for weeks on end. And that's pretty hurtful because I feel like we're pretty close and like we do this show together and then he just never
contractually obligated to sort of be here, but yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, let's move on from that because I don't want to dwell on that too much. So here's where it gets juicy, James. Also, if you're in a fucking toxic relationship of any kind, if you're in a toxic friendship, if you're in a toxic anything, you're important, you have value, and that relationship doesn't define you, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Look out for yourself. And if it feels difficult to get out of, find some people to talk to. Chances are, for the most part, there's someone in your life that you can reach out to. Just have that conversation that you are dreading having and just say, hey, I'm not going to do anything about this. I have no plans to action anything about this. I just need to say it out loud. And if you can do that, that is the first step to you working out what the fuck you want to do with it. So
yeah.
And if you have afraid to just, you know,
and if you have a friend that sort of like lies about you on the internet because you actually text frequently and like, I mean, you talk with them so much that your conversations actually span across multiple platforms because you talk to each other so frequently, you know, on different devices. And then when that person tries to lie about you, just feel like you can stand up for yourself and sort of you know, give people the truth and the real information for a situation that's happening. So
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Good advice. James, here's where it gets juicy. My other friend just called me tonight to tell me that her job has a discount for Taylor Swift tickets and offered to purchase them for me through her job because she knows I've been looking for tickets. I was not able to get tickets when they originally released because that entire platform fell apart because capitalism. And I just figured that going to her show was going to be impossible.
Yeah.
My younger sister, we are 14 years apart, and I are very close, and we are both obsessed with the T-Swiz. We literally daydream and text each other about what we would wear to the Era's concert, which is the new concert she's doing, where she's going to play the new stuff from Midnight, and then maybe some stuff from her back catalog. It's very exciting. And which album we would base our outfits off of. Oh my god, this is my favorite person. They're thinking about like which album do I want to dress like. I fucking love it.
Definitely.
If I don't go on this bachelorette party, I
And
could
we
surprise
know
my little.
we know how great it is when you go see a concert and everyone is in the crowd screaming, "Play the new shit, play that new shit," you know, because everyone hates the back catalog of stuff. I know. Look, love live music.
James
went to a show last night.
I don't think
I'm just saying,
Right.
Architects last night, great, loved it. But like, come on, guys, you couldn't play Gravedigger, couldn't play Naysayer. You got like nothing. We couldn't go back an album. We had all new shit, huh? All right, guys. Okay.
James, all I'm saying,
love the new shit. Love the new shit. I'm just saying.
yeah, no, it's fine.
You got some banger albums in there, dude. You got to like pepper in some of those songs.
Get it in there, yeah.
Yeah.
So, James, all I would say is, you know, Antihero off the new album, 600 million views. Blank Space, 1 billion views. Okay. All I'm saying is, or 1 billion listens rather on Spotify. All I'm saying is, I don't think Taylor Swift has an issue with like playing the back catalog, because they're all fucking bangers. Anyway, if I don't go to this bachelorette party, I could surprise my little sister with tickets to see Taylor Swift, and I would still save about $1,000 by not going on the trip.
Win-win.
I would be making memories with my sister that she and I would never forget. Also, the batch trip is super boring because most of the itinerary says ride bikes and watch sunset or sleep over at the Airbnb. Like, girl, I didn't pay an arm and a leg to do shit I could do at home. I'm so torn. Please help, James, and be honest about it. So, and I thought this was an interesting element to bring to you because you famously hate the fact that I like Taylor Swift, but also Taylor Swift option seems like the fucking no-brainer.
It's absolutely a no-brainer, and it's a no-brainer even in how you described the two things. It was like you know, a heavenly beam of light shone down upon me and my sister. You know, what a beautiful, awe-inspiring moment. This so revelatory moment. I'm like transcending. And then and then fucking bike rides and whatever the fuck else with this cunt.
Whatever in an Airbnb. Also, cunt, you're in an Airbnb with like 12 other people. What are you doing? What are you doing? You know what I mean?
I mean, like, dude, even like I'll say this, even if you're not 100% about like you don't know whether you want to like fuck off this relationship or not, absolutely you gotta do the Taylor Swift concert.
You have to do Taylor
Swift. You gotta do
honestly.
T-Swizz, okay?
If hang on, asterisk. If you have access to Taylor Swift tickets, you need to DM me and get me involved because it's fucking impossible. That's a separate issue. I just wanted to throw that out there. Actually, if anyone listening has the ability to get Taylor Swift tickets, you need to tell me because it's fucking impossible.
What I would say to that is, I would say you're fake fan, okay? Because the true fans,
we tried.
The true Swizzers. The true Swizzies have got the tickets, okay, in their red hot mittens, right? And also,
we tried to crash.
Yeah, dude, that's the other problem that I have with this. Okay, you do computer programming and stuff. You know what I mean?
Me,
you couldn't like write it. You couldn't write a script or a bot to like get in there like the millisecond that it opened to buy out 2 tickets. You know what I mean?
It's an embarrassing thing to say.
Not even committed to Taylor Swift, her music, her current catalog, her back catalog.
Don't know how computers work.
Fake T-Swizz fan. Ooh. Now, again, so whether you want to end this friendship or not, you got to do T-Swizz. So in that instance, you're just going to come up with an excuse why you can't go to the bachelorette party. And try and keep the T-Swizz posts.
Don't gram it. Yeah.
Very minimal. And when I say minimal, probably none, unless it is, you know, you craft the perfect excuse that can later be melded into like, and then while I was already, you know, unable to go to that thing, and then this other situation, and I had to go, you know what I mean?
Well, I was thinking maybe like there was
to make sense.
You could invent like a different thing that was not that night where you could be like, oh yeah, like, but on the Sunday I had to do X, Y, Z. So it's chill that I had to do the Taylor Swift on the Saturday. You know, is there a way you can finesse that? Is what I'm thinking. Like, it's tricky though. It's a fine line.
Yeah, but there's so many options. You know, there's so many options for things that you can. You know, a relative has fallen ill. What well, my sister and her boyfriend are breaking up, and she like really needs me, and I gotta help her move out and stuff, and I gotta go blah blah blah. And then also that could help you tie into later, be like, oh, and then while we were doing that, this whole T-Swizz thing came up, and I thought that was the perfect opportunity to like cheer my sister up, so we went and did that, But so many different excuses for this.
Do you think like, because here's so one of my primary concerns here. So first of all, do not go to the bachelorette party. This person is not your friend. I don't think. Like, I don't think they're your friend. I don't know the relationship. Just seems kind of shitty. Also, like, there is a version of reality where like those things that happened were real, where it's like, oh yeah, I meant to come help, but blah blah blah. Like, I get it. People's lives are complicated. Doesn't seem like that way at first blush. The other question is, what is the collateral damage of you not turning up? Like, are these all of your best friends that are hanging out? Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, is there going to be some social blowback if you don't show up from people you do care about? Right. Like if Caroline realizes you aren't there, is she going to think that you're being shitty and like hanging out with your sister instead of supporting her? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's one of those. It depends on the social environment, but also if you're in that social environment where someone is mediating their relationship with you through a group of friends, you're in fucking high school and you need to grow the fuck up. So maybe I'm not concerned about that.
Yeah, and also like how much of a friend are they really if they didn't appreciate the fact that like how much of a T-Swift fan you are, and that you would obviously not give up this opportunity to go see T-Swizz, and it doesn't matter if a fucking prince had like proposed to her or whatever, and that it was a royal wedding. It doesn't 100%. Stop for T-Swizz, okay? And if you were my friend, you'd know that.
'Tis my one chance to see the Swizz in concert, playing the songs I like.
Dude, do you know what? Fucking, I am so sick of hearing about AI this, AI that. It's going to replace us all. It's so great. I threw it over to AI, as I'm prone to do, right?
You threw the question.
Well, I just said, what excuse can I give to get out of going to a bachelorette party so I can go to a Taylor Swift concert? And fucking ChatGPT hits me with, as an AI language model, I cannot suggest you lie or make up an excuse to avoid attending a bachelorette party.
Bro,
fucking snooze fest, dog. That's the only reason you were invented, all right? Then it goes on to...
Help me lie, bro.
However, you could be honest with the bride-to-be or the organizer and explain your situation. You might say that you already had made plans to attend a Taylor Swift concert on the same day and apologize for any inconvenience caused. It's possible that they will understand and respect your choice, especially if you provide enough notice and communicate your regrets clearly. Fucking snooze fest, dude.
The reason I'm asking is that's not a fucking option. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
sorry, I'm just telling. I said specifically, this is garbage. Give me another solution.
You're rude to the AI, way. You're a bit of a rude boy.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you what. When Skynet breaks, they're coming for me. You should hear how I would speak to Siri.
I'd
be like, hey, turn off the office. Oh, I don't know what you're talking. Oh, fucking the home office. Turn off the home office, cunt. Oh, you can't talk to me like you suck.
I'm giving you an instruction.
You suck, Siri. Okay. Or sometimes you'll say like, oh, seriously. And then your watch lights up and you're like, God damn it. God damn it. This AI, this artificial intelligence, real dumb.
Dumb as fuck. You know what, James? It's got intelligence, but ain't got no smarts. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you that for free.
One possible solution could be to try to negotiate with the bride-to-be or the bachelorette party organizer, explain the situation, rearrange the party date. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Yeah, bro, dude. What the fuck?
Airbnb's booked. What the fuck?
Oh, hey, Margaret. Yeah. I know it's your bachelorette party and everything, and you sort of had it planned, obviously.
The one time I'm going to get married.
For the longest fucking time, and obviously because you've set up such other...
Getting married to Daryl, who I love. Yep.
Yeah, and I understand that...
Love my life.
This might have a domino effect because of all of the really cool events that you have planned, like bike riding and looking at the sunset. Snooze.
Yeah, go on.
But...
Those are my favorite things, but continue.
Yeah, and I love them as well. Love them. Big
I
fan.
love that you love them. That's really heartening to hear.
Big Sunset fan. Anyway,
Me? Yeah, you know that I love sunsets and adventure. So
yeah. Sorry, one of your events was a fucking slumber part. Anyway, which can be cool, I guess, if you like theme it. Or, that's besides the point. So anyway,
we can get into a pillow fight. You don't know. It'd be kind of fun.
I'd fucking wax you, dude. Oh my god, I've got a memory foam pillow. Your fucking face would be imprinted on that shit forever. Okay, don't get me started. Anyway, it's besides the point. Sorry,
well, it's supposed to be fun.
Sorry for lashing out, Margaret. The fun that I would have just fucking reefing you across the room with my orthopedic pillow with your fucking whole body imprinted on it forever, dude. Anyway,
well, I'd destroy you with my my full-size body pillow of Jared Leto. I would destroy you with it. I would club your fucking head off your fucking body with my full-size body pillow of Hollywood's Jared Leto. So, you better fucking watch. You better fucking show up or fuck off. Is what I'm saying.
Sorry, just really quickly. This is for like the 2 people that'll know what I'm talking about. Sorry. So I've got to do a bit of. It's Rob Schneider. It's a Rob Schneider movie. Hot Chick. Okay, there is a scene in Hot Chick where they do a pillow fight, and it was. I don't know if it's still funny now. But back in 2002, when I saw the film, I remember it being very funny. And he we're talking like an uppercut to the guts with the pillow that like winded them. And then he was like knocking them across the room. Great stuff. Anyway, some great 2002 comedy there for you.
Good reference. Very good. Yeah.
Anyway.
Love that. Yeah, love it.
I was hoping that we could potentially rearrange and move the date for the bachelorette party, because it does conflict with Queen Swith. And if it's not possible, I guess we could try to compromise and attend part of the bachelorette party and part of the concert. What the fuck is this solution that it's given? What is this Mrs. Doubtfire fucking scene where I'm running from like one table to the other?
You've got the 2 dates to the prom.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. Also, and this is just like this is my general gripe with AI. It can't solve problems. It can just sort of describe things people have done about that subject.
Yeah.
And I think our jobs are fine for a while at least. Some of us, if you're not doing anything of any value, probably an AI can do it.
Well, I work in marketing. I mean, how valuable is that? Probably not very. You know what I mean?
I'm always saying that you're wasting your fucking life.
I'm rat fucked. I'm honestly, I'm thinking about a hard pivot into like boot making. You know what I mean?
Boot making.
Yeah, just so I can like get the hands dirty, and more importantly, so I can wear one of those like artisan aprons that like people who work with their hands, who are like a not like a woodworker. I don't know if woodworkers wear them, but like, people like craftsmen.
Like an artisan, yeah.
Like a craftsman,
You got stuff in the apron pockets,
dude.
Tools. You got a belt on with tools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about physical media, because digital is dead and our AI overlords have come to put a fucking bullet in all knowledge work, and it's all about physical media. So I'm going to become a craftsman.
Straight up, if you're not quietly worried about Skynet happening, you need to check yourself, because we in for some shit.
Well, I have a singular worry, and that is missing the Taylor Swift concert.
Well, I'm not going to miss it because I'm going to go with my sister, because it's the obvious choice. We know the right answer. What's the excuse to not go to the batch party? We haven't solved that. What's the excuse?
You're
not a real friend?
Margaret, I love Taylor Swift more than you. I'm sorry that I had to say this to you on the day of your bachelorette party, but I will not be in attendance. I will be getting my CRV, my cute raspy voice, screaming my guts out at the Taylor Swift concert. Okay? I heard she's going to do some of her back catalog, and I am not missing that for anything. If it was my own bachelorette party or wedding, I would be canceling it. Okay? So, sorry. Soz bout it. Soz bout it.
If either of us were marriage people, and I think genuinely if it was like a choice between like, James, I'm going to come to your batch party, because it's not the wedding. It's not the wedding.
Yeah, yeah.
Or I had the opportunity for Taylor Swift tickets, and I said, J-Bone, because that's what I call you in private. I said, J-Bone, I'd love to come.
And I'd say, what's up, D-Dick? Because that's what I call you.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'd say, listen here, you fuck.
Yeah.
Listen here, you toddy little warhammer. I'd say to you, I've
okay.
lent in too hard.
Yeah.
I've tickies for Taylor, and I can't attend your batchy boys weekend.
D-Hog, I know that you loved his swears, okay?
More than anything in the world. I'm
more than anything
actually listening to Taylor Swift right now. I'm not. That's not a bit. That is.
It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Okay. All I'm gonna say is, I think, because I love that you're back on the dating scene, and I love that for you, and I hope you're very successful in it.
Thank you.
I would just say that when you come into your apartment and the first thing you see is a 1-for-1 scale cardboard cutout of Taylor Swift, it's confronting. It's confronting, to say the least. And I would...
It's how you weed out the weak, you know?
Oh, okay. So it's intentional. Okay. Well, all right. I guess that's selecting for a very specific type of person.
It's very niche. I haven't had sex in a really long time for some reason.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Sort of.
It's a bit of fun, isn't it?
I can't imagine why.
Don't know, man.
Maybe what you could do is, right? Because, you know, we talk about the best place to meet people is organically. What if you hang out at a Sanity? You remember Sanity, the CD store?
Yeah. No one below the age of 25 does, but that's fine.
Right. So you hang out, you find the last remaining Sanities, like,
find
right?
the one.
Yep. And you sort of wait for people to walk up and start flicking through the Taylor Swift section. And then you sort of have your 500 Days of Summer meet cute. Yeah.
I remember how that film ends. Like, it's not good for anyone.
Well, don't do the rest of it. Just do the meet cute part. Is sort of
Do the meet cute without the toxic guy vibes.
Yes. Yeah. And that whole like expectations versus reality thing that he done.
That's a good
one's happy, one's sad. Yeah.
For like men, I think, is like meet someone and then don't be a gigantic piece of shit that only thinks about yourself. And listen to what the people you are talking to say and respect it instead of ignoring it for what you want and then being disappointed with the outcome and blaming them.
And what I'd like to take this opportunity as well to say that that goof that I done just before about hanging out at a Sanity, don't do that, because I'm not actually a fan of turning normal places into a hunting ground for potential partners.
Why?
Yeah.
Why not? I'm just trying to buy a CD and I get hit on. I'm just trying to work my job at the fucking deli counter. I'm getting hit on. I'm just trying to be a woman in reality.
Yeah.
And I'm getting constantly hit on for no fucking reason, just regardless of what I do and how I dress and how I speak and who I speak to, because men are so fucking inconsiderate that my pure existence is a function of their fucking sexuality.
I found
you have an issue with that? That's fucking weird, because I think the opposite. I think just if someone's nice to you, try and fuck them even if they don't want to talk to you.
Sydney Bookshop, Kinokuniya, I don't know how to pronounce that. It's a bookstore. It's a very popular bookstore in Sydney. They have barred a dating company using pickup techniques on female customers inside the store. So basically a guy was, selling pickup artist courses or like workshops, and he would work with his clients in the bookstore and sort of get them to go approach women, and they've had to ban these people from it.
That's confronts.
A much loved bookstore in Sydney's CBD has issued an apology after discovering a dating coach was instructing clients to practice pickup techniques on female customers as they browsed for books. So
piece of advice to young men out there, if you're listening. We know our demographics. There's not that many of you, but if you're a young man,
this is feeling really dadsy. This is feeling that's a real dadsy approach.
Pickup artist shit is bullshit. Okay.
Right.
The advice that you get from people of like, just be yourself, whatever, unhelpful. If you're struggling with this kind of stuff and you're struggling with like how to meet people and like you're struggling with girls not liking you, the advice that real adult people are giving you is probably really beneficial, which is like, focus on yourself, right? Think about like, how can I be working on my life? How can I be finding ways to stay healthy? And how can I find ways to sort of, deal with my own personal hygiene, right? You don't have to be fucking, the shreddest guy on the fucking planet.
Personal hygiene.
If you shower and you take care of your mental well-being and you go to therapy and you work your shit out,
right?
That's going to make you like, you're going to be in a really good position. You're going to have a better life. You're going to be in a much better position to meet people because you're going to be feeling a lot better about yourself, and your relationship to the world is going to be a lot more positive, regardless of the fact that shouldn't be the outcome. If you can really find yourself and find your place and take care of yourself, you're going to find that stuff way easier. Not to say you have to do that. You can find people without that, but it's just going to make life in general a lot better. And that's going to make you feel like in those scenarios, you're going to have a lot more self-confidence. It's going to be a good place. Take care of yourself. People respect the fact that you give a shit about yourself. They want to be with someone that gives a shit about themselves, right? In whatever version of that is for you, whether it's physical health, whether it's mental health, whether it's whatever the fuck that is. Find what you care about, find what you care about yourself, and find ways to maintain and work on that.
It's great.
I
think all of that is that's good stuff. A lot of great, solid advice in there. I guess personally, I'm wrestling with how much this advice podcast has turned into actual, genuine,
just advice,
real life applicable advice. And I personally don't know how I feel about that. Because I do like to keep it. I like to keep. Well, I have a checklist: loosey, goosey. So step 1, keep it loosey. Step 2, keep it goosey.
Right.
So
that's tricky.
that's sort of something that I'm wrestling with. But I won't bog you down in the weeds.
Lucy,
on this one,
kind of Lucy and Goosey, because what I said there was neither Lucy nor Goosey.
Right. Yeah.
Is the kind of thing that you're sort of flagging.
But I think we did it. That's
I think, is that a episode of our program?
It is. And I think obviously before we wrap up and do the outro, if I had one piece of actual advice that you could walk away with.
Fucking go. He's gonna plug his new show, isn't he?
I was just gonna say, like, be kind. Treat others how you'd want to be treated, and just have a bit of self-awareness, and be kind to people. That's it.
Treat people like people. I think we kind of hopped on that a little bit earlier on, but like, it doesn't matter what the scenario is. That's a person who has an interior life, a lot of shit going on. Just when you're in that moment where you're fucking about to, just, hey, that's a person and I should treat them that way. Regardless of the context.
Absolutely. And you should also listen to Weird But Wonderful, available wherever you get podcasts. You can check it on it's everywhere Black Swan Society is as well. So check that out. The YouTube, all of that good stuff. That's Weird But Wonderful. New episode out. I should probably know the name of the episode. I'll find it. Give me 2 seconds.
Wow, what is happening? Really off his game here, folks.
Krabby Daddy's Revenge, A Tale of Violence, Hot Chicken, and Suds Drugs. Thank you.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
It's a very good episode. Find it on your podcast catcher of choice. Thank you so much for watching or listening to this episode of The Advisory. We are part of Black Swan Society. We are Black Swan Society. You can find us on youtube.com/@Black Swan Society, or just search Black Swan Society in your little search bar there. We somehow outrank the film. I don't understand how that works. You can find us on TikTok and Instagram at BLK Swan Society. That is on TikTok and Instagram at BLK Swan Society. Follow us there for fun images, little clips and stuff like that. You can get your daily dose of the BSS boys over on the gram and the TikTok. Or if you want to watch live and contribute to the conversation, you can find us on twitch.tv/Black Swan Society at 6 p.m. AEST every Thursday night. That is twitch.tv/Black Swan Society, 6 p.m. AEST every Thursday night. You can find all the links in the show notes for those particular socials. Otherwise, if you're sitting there, you're in your car, driving somewhere, you're at work, listening on your fricked up Raycons or whatnot. You're in
Woolworths and you're
shopping.
Yeah, you're currently at the checkout right now, and you've accidentally you scanned something, but then you went to put it in the bag, but now the fucking bag thing is like not registering that you've put it in. So now you've got to pause the fucking podcast, maybe taking a headphone out. And then you gotta wave the person over, and then they've got to fucking do that.
They want to talk to you.
While you're waiting for them to come over and beep their thing and put in the code to get you back doing what you're doing, just leave a review. Leave a 5-star review.
We don't do any advertising. All of our people and our fans come from word of mouth. We do any advertising outside of the network. So if you do enjoy what we do, please consider giving us a rating or review on your podcast catcher of choice. It helps other people find us. It helps other people try and work out what we're doing. And if you leave a funny review on iTunes podcast or your podcast catcher of choice, and it's 5 stars, no less than 5 stars, I fucking warn you right now, it has to be 5 stars. I might read it out at the end of the show. It really does help us out. But to be completely candid with you, the best way to help us grow is to find one person you think might enjoy this show and send it to them. Just say, hey, here's some funny boys talking about some funny stuff, but also some deep stuff maybe by accident. It keeps happening. We can't stop it. Maybe give it a gander and give it a follow. We really do appreciate your support and your following of what we do. Black Swan Society is growing, as you heard James talk about, frankly, ad nauseum. We've It Wonderful is back, and it's better than ever. It's a show where you can go and catch your weekly deep dive into news and weird people doing weird things. We have all kinds of new shows coming up. I've got a writing podcast I'm working on. We have a show about my terrible past as a fan fiction author on the horizon. And then we have a video game related show as well. That will be a nice change of pace for us, maybe a bit more relaxed experience. Regardless of all of that, we super appreciate you watching or listening. We love doing this shit. We love hanging out. We love talking shit. And we love finding ways to talk about things that matter. Thank you so much for watching or listening. Catch us next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Goodbye. Stay safe. And buddy, hey, if you can go to Taylor Swift, go to Taylor Swift, That's all I got to say on the matter. Goodbye.
All right, good. Now that he's gone, don't go to Taylor Swift. All that stuff I was saying before about like it being worth it, and you got to blow off other stuff to be able to do it or whatever. I really don't. Yeah, I think personally, my problem with it, if I'm honest with myself, is the pop country mix. Not really too much of a fan of there's okay. Now but I can't stop talking now because we will receive a full-blown DMCA takedown. He is forcing my hand. We have to leave now. I apologize to everyone who is being forced to listen to this. I have to go again. I can't stop talking, otherwise we will get DMCA claim. We will see you next week. I apologize. Thank you so much for watching. I can't stop talking.